I'm going to take a minute and welcome parents, all of our staff members, and our student body, especially our new students and our grade 5 students. Our grade 5 students are now transitioning from our 6 simple word PBIS program in the elementary school that focused on being responsible, respectful, a good citizen, fair, trustworthy, and caring, to our Falcon Pride, which embodies respect, honesty, kindness, trustworthiness, and responsibility. These two programs combined provide an opportunity to create a culture that makes EMS the best. As we get started, I would like to introduce Ms. Norwood to begin the presentation.
For just a moment. How many musicians do we have in here? Just raise your hand if you are a singer or you play an instrument. Perhaps you're in dance at school. Okay, just hands up, let's meet in each top, okay? All right, if you are a musician, you might relate to this a little bit. Even if you aren't a musician, you've probably been to some kind of a concert before, even here at school. So if we were at a symphony concert, what would happen if the first chair violinist decided that E flat was too hard to keep playing and decided to play the whole piece of music in the key of F while the rest of the orchestra played it in the key of B flat? Or if it was a rock band, what if the bass player decided that he wanted to play last year's #1 hit while the band played their current hit? So he's playing one song and they're playing another. That would result in something called dissonance. That's when the melody doesn't go together and it makes you make that bass, all right? Or how many of you in here either play soccer or basketball? Okay, we got a lot of you too. Or you've watched a soccer game or a basketball game. What would happen if you're out on the soccer field, for instance, and you're really close to the opponent's goal, and you decide, you know what, that's a whole lot nearer than my goal all the way at the other end of the field. I'm going to kick the ball into this goal. What would happen then? Your opponent would earn points, and you would have lost the points that you could have earned. What if you were a dog walker? What if you were invited as a dog walker? And the adult in your life said, as long as you stay within the neighborhood, we don't care if you go left and around, or to the right and around, it's okay. So you walk up the door with the dog, you look, and you decide to take the dog to the left. It's okay, because the adults who love you said it doesn't matter which way you go as long as you stay in the neighborhood. What if you're an ice skater, and you're really good? You can do jumps and so forth, and you go to the pond, and there are people there who can just barely stand up, and they're hanging on to each other, and can barely be able to stay up. Well, you decide you want to practice your jumps, so you go to another part of the pond, and that's where you practice. You don't hurt anybody, you don't run into anyone, you don't knock anyone down. What does that mean to us here in our school community? Wherever you go, in life, here at school, outside of, you're going to be faced with choices. Sometimes you have to conform. You have to agree to go and play by the rules that are set up for you. The reason for that is safety, consideration of others, responsibility. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you make a choice on your own, because it's an individual thing, like the dog walker, okay, or the skater. They make choices because they're just working on their own goals, and what they did didn't hurt anyone else. I would challenge each of you as we continue through school year 2022-2023, when you have to make a choice as to whether or not you should be following the directions, following the expectations, or it's okay to step outside the box, consider, who do your decisions affect? That's what it means to be a person of integrity and a person who is responsible for their community. Make sure that your choices don't harm or in any way badly affect other folks. Thanks. All right, at this time, I'm going to ask Ms. Cross to come up. She's going to read our first award. I'm having a trouble with English today. She will be reading our first awards, and I want to show you what our recipients will be getting. And what we're going to have you do is, if you're in 5th grade, when you come here, you would step all the way down to the last bag and beanie, which I will show you in a moment. And then the next 5th grader, 6th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 8th grade. So we'll have our 5th and 6th graders here, and our 7th and 8th graders here. Also, we would ask if anyone wants to congratulate the recipients, family and so forth, could you please wait until after all of the students have received their award. We're going to have an opportunity for families to be together, to have their photos taken together. So after all 8 recipients have received their awards, then we would invite you to come and congratulate your students. I'm going to show you. We have this lovely string bag and an EEMS Falcon beanie for you today.
Okay. This precious individual is every teacher's dream. Each and every day, she has her homework done with care and thoughtfulness. Assessments are always prepared for, and she's incredibly polite to her peers and teachers. This recipient soaks up knowledge and loves to learn. She takes great pride in her education. This young lady exemplifies all of the qualities we look for at EEMS. She is respectful beyond measure, always honest, shows kindness to everyone, trustworthy 100% of the time, and she is responsible far beyond her age. It is the 5th grade team's honor to recognize Gracie Beal for the first time. This student is a thoughtful, industrious person whose authentic kindness embodies the values and attributes of a Goldwing recipient. This student models exceptional maturity daily. She is intrinsically motivated to take on challenging concepts and find ways to produce high-quality work even when presented with complex assignments. It is clear from her consistent effort and ability to problem solve that she understands that hard work and perseverance lead to success. She is insightful beyond her years, shown through her ability to reflect upon her actions. Without the promise of rewards or fanfare, she will make changes and set goals to improve her behavior when needed. This uncommon skill in a young person provides an essential leadership model to her peers. This student is also a sensitive person who has an acute awareness of the needs and feelings of others. She is always willing to reach out to a classmate, help, listen, or even apologize when needed if it means she could potentially right the wrong. The 5th grade team is pleased to present Lexi Bouchard. This Goldwing recipient is such a joy to have in class. She always strives for excellence and goes above and beyond in her classes. She participates constructively and is a role model for her peers in guiding them to do the same. She takes ownership of her learning, She is always prepared and ready for class. This recipient is also a student athlete and shows tremendous sportsmanship and school spirit. She has a loving and kind personality and works well with all of her peers. She is the embodiment of the Ellsworth Elementary Middle School's behavior matrix and exhibits the Falcon Pride attributes of respect, honesty, kindness, trustworthiness, and responsibility on a daily basis in all of her classes. The 6th grade team is proud to honor Addison Serrard. This incredible young lady is amazing in so many ways. Academically, she is on top of her grades and consistently earns high scores. Her homework is always done on time and surpasses what is required. She has high expectations for herself and pushes herself to do more. It is a running joke in our homeroom that she always wins a Kahoot. She's extremely well-mannered and polite and never needs to be redirected. She's on task and gets the job done, no matter what it is. She does all of these things with a smile and a positive attitude. She exudes kindness and cares for those who are around her. She volunteers to help those who may need some extra help. Her peers love being around her, and teachers love seeing her walk through the door. She makes every class better just by being in it and contributing her knowledge in the most mature and sweet way. This young lady is going to do great things in her lifetime. There's no doubt about it. It is such an honor to know you and give you this award. Alexis Paul.
Now we're going to swap to the other side. This person comes prepared and on time for class. He is laser focused, completing assignments so quickly that teachers don't even see him doing the work. Even so, the work is always well done and thoughtful. A master of prose, this student supports his answers with solid evidence. He polishes the writing with vivid imagery and figurative language. Just as important, he gets along with peers and is respectful to others. For this reason, we nominate Landon Moore for the Gold Wing Award. This student is a kind and courteous classmate. He's always quick to lend a helping hand to classmates in need. Being randomly placed in a group or pair to work on an assignment can be a nerve-wracking experience. We couldn't be more proud of this student's ability to work with any of his peers and make them feel accepted and welcomed. He has a natural ability to calmly and respectfully work through awkward and difficult tasks. His maturity shows in so many ways. He has a strong work ethic with schoolwork and never gives up, even when it may seem impossible. He impresses his teachers with his effort in academic studies day in and day out. We appreciate how this student helps create a warm and welcoming class environment, both in academic and athletic settings. This student always gives his all. It is such a pleasure to have his positive energy in our classroom. We are honored to recognize Asa Jordan for the Gold. Dr. Jane Goodall, a renowned British anthropologist, said, "What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make." This 8th grader has decided what kind of difference she wants to make. We have seen this student overcome obstacles with a level head and a positive attitude. She exhibits empathy to others and displays great maturity, owning her behavior when involved in resolving conflict. She is helpful to others and shows kindness to her classmates. This student stays engaged in class and is a positive contributor to classroom discussion. Her conversation is thoughtful and respectful as she measures her words carefully. Her positivity is a great example for fellow students to follow. The 8th grade team is delighted to present this Gold Wing Award to Mia now.
Get me up.
This student is conscientious and detail-oriented in her work. She comes to class always prepared and ready to learn. In the classroom, she demonstrates tremendous academic insight. She follows directions and works well with others. In group work, she is the guide, taking the lead to ensure that her group completes the tasks effectively. Rarely do you see her without a smile on her face. She's respectful, extremely polite, and positive. It is the pleasure of the 8th grade team to award this first trimester Gold Wing Award to Lydia Steen. Today, we will ensure that she receives her award and her reward. So, at this time, I'm going to turn things back over to Mrs. Clifford, and she is going to dismiss you and have some final words for you.
Thank you. Again, I would like to congratulate all of our students here who have won the Gold Wing Award for the first trimester. And before we dismiss, I would like parents to come up and join their students if you're here, so that you don't get trampled as we dismiss. So come on up and stand right with your student, and we'll get some pictures taken. Thank you very much. Again, super proud of the work displayed up here, and it definitely exemplifies what EEMS is about. All right, so we're going to dismiss. So we're going to do it a little bit differently than normally. So I'm going to ask 5th grade to go out the front doors, please. 5th grade. This way.